Theresa May told she would speak her comrade EU leaders how same Russia risk did not honor national borders, as she arriving for a summit conference in Brussels. The UK PM told the nervous system broker assault in Salisbury was portion of a design of Russki aggressive versus Europe. She will distress the UK's obligation to Europe's safety, following it foliage the bloc in March 2019. Europe leaders are as well due to solve if or not to accept the regulation for a 21-monthly Brexit transfer time. Mrs. May, who will not be this while the some EU leaders talk Brexit on Friday, will short her peer pressure on Thursday on the poison of ex-Russki spy Sergei Skripal and his child in Salisbury. The Europe Justice is anticipated to accept conclusions denouncing the assault that the UK by the government has told the Russki country was guilty for, but that Russia denies. The Russki envoy to the UK, Alexander Yakovenko, told Britain had accused Russia for the poison out of any testimony and his nation cannot take how. He as well outlined as completely reckless the comments by Overseas Secretariat Boris Johnson on environment how likened the social relations reached to CEO Putin of the Summer Soccer Planet Cup in Russia to Adolf Nazi's use of the 1936 Berlin Spartakiada. No has the law to affront the Russki human beings, who conquered fascism and lose more than rather than 25 millionth human beings, by comparing our nation to by the Nazi Germany, told Mr. Yakovenko. It goes for overall feeling and we do not believe UK war veterans, consisting such of the Arctic convoys, would stake the view. Inbound in Brussels on Thursday, Mrs. May told, Russia staged a bronze and foolish assault versus the joint realm. He's precise how the Russki risk does not honor national borders and really the occurrence in, same city of, Salisbury was a design of Russki aggressive versus Europe and its close neighbors of the West Balkans to the Medium East. She added how, as the leaders memorable the victims of bomber attacks in Westminster and Brussels, she would be tension the UK's absolute obligation to the next safety of Europe. She told how the really powerful supporting creature sounded for the UK will be reflecting at the meet, but EU countries were not joined in creature readily to spot their thumb at Russia or take future stairs, such as expulsion diplomatic corps. Mrs. May will speak EU heads of country how though the taken murder of the Skripals took location on UK ground, the Russki risk does not honor national borders and it places all Europe nations at hazard. Russia's blatant violation of world law represents a risk to the base of democratic state through Europe, she will append. As a Europe democratic state, the UK will stay arm to arm in the EU and in NATO to person these threats along. Joint, we will prosper. Meantime, a elder Whitehall formal told Russia had shown himself to be a strategy foe not a strategy affiliate. The formal tense how the UK's answer to the Salisbury assault had been thoroughly calibration to stay during the act, and how the UK was no looking for several big confronting in Russia or mode changing. He added, we go on to attract in Russia since we search a stance wherever Russia does dwell by domestic rules and norms or wherever Russia is a grown-up gamer on the planet phase unchangeable by the world approaches, for copy not with chemistry arms. At household, Theresa May has undertaken a company rhetoric color, in answer to the nervous system broker assault in Salisbury, which by the government hopes for in the following 24 several hours, although is how the some EU nations are readily to go near in the identical path. The US, UK, France and Germany signed up to a really powerful and hardline declaration recent 1 week. But the main secretary will use rough tongue on Thursday overnight to try to build a as powerful and joint front line amongst the some 27 EU term state. Over, Mr. Signature said it's nice night Britain how the top answer to the Salisbury assault would be for England to go to the Planet Bowl in Russia and win he. Labour lead Jeremy Corbyn reiterated his telephone call for a strong and severe dialogue in Russia, and hoped for a declaration of supporting for the UK of the EU following the summit conference. We dwell in one mainland, he told. We include a trial wherever difficult situation can be dealt in. But Mr. Corbyn surveyed statements by several members of by the government, addition, I'm not certainly the tongue utilized by several of our ministers is especially useful or reasonable.